I would like to pay my respect to the indigenous people in which land I'm standing on today, the Gadigal people. They were, are, and forever be the guardians of this land. My name is Violeta Ayala. I'm the writer, director, creator, producer, and the jaguaress of Prison X. I belong to the oldest people of the Americas. There are 1 million Quechua speakers in Bolivia. My language is one of the few languages that is still alive in all over the land. But I don't know my story because of colonization. I have to guide myself through my ancestral memory. For 20,000 years, my ancestors lived in the north of the Americas, and in the 1700s, escaping colonization, they settled in Bolivia. I want to put time in context. Colonization happened 500 years ago, and films, flat films, were invented 100 years ago. We lived in this land for 20,000 years. So I choose XR as a tool for decolonization because there is not a methodology, and the visual language still a discovery process in VR, AR, and all of the XR. The Andes don't believe in God because they are our goddess. Representation is not just about skin color, it's about culture, identity, language, interaction, a way to understand and relate to the world. Prison X is an immersive and interactive animated 6-part series set in the Neo-Andean underworld. Prison X is the foundation of the Neo-Andean Metaverse, translating to the 3D realm our own way to understand time and space. The virtual world, philosophy and mythology of our evolving Andean pop cultures, the characters, fashion, sound, music, aesthetic, architecture, and interaction are part of this journey. Time for us is cyclical. It's a succession of chaotic moments that's followed by the cosmos that will put everything in order. Space is vertical. It's divided in the Han and Pacha. Everything that we can see but we cannot affect, like the sun, the stars, the sky, the moon, and the planets. The Kai Pacha, the today, the now, the perceptible world where people, animals, rivers, and plants coexist. And the Uku Pacha, the inner world where the dead and the new life live. We believe that when someone dies, goes back to the Pachamama to leave that space for a new life. The virtual is the parallel between time and space, has an energetic power that influences our philosophy and evolution. In Prison X, we have combined in a delicate balance interactivity, immersion, and story. A dance together to create a visual language and slowly set the world where the story takes place. A familiar place, like a theater, and the director, part human and part jaguar, asks you to put on a mask because an actor is missing. We also introduce you the jaguars that change according to their mood, based on our ancestral mythology and the interaction with the audience. To create this new language with theater and film and gameplay, we have worked with a fashion designer, a live sound engineer, a DJ, an artist, and a developer. This is a new visual language for emerging film futurism. We have talked a lot about the effect of colonization in human population, but very little on its effect on animals. It's devastating. It's driving them to extinction, like the jaguars. The philosophy, the center of the user experience of Prison X, it's in the quipus. Quipus are color-coded knotted strings for collecting data, used by the Incas for collecting data, amongst other things. The quipus are in the center, and then we have the alacitas. The alacitas is a festivity of the little, where we wish anything little and we can buy in objects. And the carnavales, the flamboyant, the big, the massive. We have combined these two concepts together in the ideology of the yang and yin, the opposites, the light and the dark. We use experiential immersion, so you will talk and hear and everything will be directed to you. And intuitive interaction. So anything that is interactive is something that you will do in a normal scene, like picking up the phone, playing cacho, signing. We also created these sounds with the real sounds of the streets of Bolivia, projecting sound and recording with a spatial microphone. We have based all the characters in our pop culture. Our culture does not live in a museum. It is alive on the streets. The Andes, we like strong colors and earth colors, a fusion between the past and the present, creating a futuristic fashion. Yuki, Quilla, Supai, the devil, the jaguars. Inti is the one that you will impersonate. Nuna, she's 157, but like any other grandmother, she pretends she's only 90. She eats rats. The devil, she's the queen of the underworld. She's the antagonist, of course. Maybe. And Magpie, he's the foreigner. The guy who comes from very far away with his camera, trying to tell us who we are and trying to tell us how the future will look like. The core creative team, we're indigenous from Bolivia, with a deep understanding of our culture and our thinking. We are creating an installation in crypto voxels to democratize the access to Prison X. XR is giving us the possibility to look into colonization at a meta level. In February 2021, we founded COA XYZ, a co-creation studio experimenting with VR, AR, XR, and AI to create a Neo-Andean Metaverse. We have already created a cholet, an Andean palace. We are inviting indigenous artists to exhibit in COA. I would like to finish by an African proverb that I made it mine. Until the jaguars tell their own story, the story of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. Thank you.